Ikhwat al-Iman, Abshir, here is another Bushrah of my Mawla, another Bushrah from him. Surah al-Munafiqun, verse 9. Allah told us, listen. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la tulhikum amwalukum wala awladukum an dhikrillah. وَمَنْ يَفْعَلُ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Allah says, Ikhwat al-Iman, there are two things that can hinder you from getting closer to Allah. There are two things that can hinder you from getting the rahmah and the pleasure of Allah. Do not allow these two distractions. Don't allow them. What are they? لَا تُلْهِكُمْ وَأَمْوَالُكُمْ. Do not allow your wealth to hinder you. Your wealth and your what? وَلَا أَوْلَادُكُمْ. And your families, particularly your children. Don't allow them to hinder you from getting closer to Allah. Don't allow them to hinder you. Why? Because having children or having wealth is not compulsory in life. Okay? But what is compulsory in life is earning the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can have wealth and you not enter Jannah. You can have families and you not enter Jannah. What matters most is what you do with your wealth and your children. You take care of them. You allow them to distract you from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to be conscious of those things. The first is your wealth. Be conscious of your wealth. Utilize your wealth. Don't allow your wealth to control you. Don't allow your wealth to control you. It is not everyone that has wealth that would enter paradise. Okay? What will make you enter paradise is what you do with your wealth. Do you control your wealth? Do you utilize it to help others? Do you give charity out of your wealth? Do you pay zakat? Do you help the needy? Do you pay for those who ask you? Do you assist others? This is what Allah wants from you. And that is why Allah is warning us in this chapter of the Quran. Do not allow your wealth to hinder you from the remembrance of Allah. وَلَا أَوْلَادُكُمْ. And your children, beware of your children. Don't allow your children to deceive you. Some people are deceived with their children. Because of their children, they neglect certain responsibilities. Allah can destroy you for this. One of these is to neglect your parents because of your children. Because you want to pay every school fees, you forgot about your parents, you did not give them their allowances. Because you want to take your children to certain places, you want to go on outing with your children, you neglect your family, you neglect your extended family, you neglect your wife, all because you want to take care of your children. Allah wants you. La tulhikum amwalukum wala awladukum. It's time for prayer. It's time for prayer, and your children want you to play with them. Leave them and go and pray. Leave them and go and pray. Having children does not make you enter paradise. What makes you enter paradise is what you do with your children. Do you train them about Allah? Do you give them what Allah wants you to give them? Do you care about them genuinely for the sake of Allah? Or do you allow them to distract you from the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah says, وَمَنْ يَفْعَلُ ذَلِكَ. Whoever does this, وَمَنْ يَفْعَلُ ذَلِكَ. Whoever does this, فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Whoever allows his children or his wealth to distract him from the right path, Allah says these are the losers. They lose both in this world and they will lose in the hereafter. May Allah not make us among these losers. Ikhwat al-Iman, Abshir Ikhwat al-Iman, Abshir Ikhwat al-Iman. Shukran jazila for listening.